I'm Hubby Jenkins. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I grew up playing the saxophone and the cello. And then I said, to hell with this, and I started playing bass and really bad bands that I thought were good. And then I got into blues music after a girl broke my heart. And it was all a wrap from there. I said, I'll take a year off from college, and 20 years later, I'm still on that year off. And I got really into blues music primarily, playing guitar, a lot of Skip James, yada, yada, yada. And then while reading one day, I was reading a book that just casually mentions, and like, since the banjo comes from Africa, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wait a minute, how did I make it to 20 years in life and never learn that the banjo is a black instrument? Like, they're lying to us, like the shot came from the grassy knoll or something. But it just made you think of like what else goes apart, what else has been lied to me about African American history in this country, right? What else has been tweaked about it? So when my introduction, my love for old time music kind of became a re-examining of black history and like what is actually the story. So when we talk about blackface minstrelsy or even the banjo in general, I always grew up with the banjo as being an image of hee-haw or Beverly Hillbillies or something like this. And when you learn that it's a black instrument and was a black instrument for 100 years and the most popular form of music for a generation or two was based on black music to create American popular music, it gives you a whole different scope. So that was when I caught the bug and went hog wild with it. And now look at me. I'm guessing you guys know who he is, so I don't have to go into it.
They may not.
Aren't these your students too?
No.
Oh.
There's a whole other class here.
I'm learning so much. Joe Thompson was a black fiddler from Mebane who played in a style of old-time music indigenous to the area that went through the Menendez family, I think all the way back to the Civil War, black fiddlers. And his banjo playing cousin, Odell, along with him, was the inspiration for the creation of the Carolina chocolate drops. And I was not an original member of the Chocolate Drops, but when they called me and said, can you play fiddle? I said, no. And they said, cool, you'll be the banjo player. And I said, what song should I learn? And they sent me every single album they had ever made. And I naturally gravitated towards the Joe Tommy stuff. So here we go. I'll play you some Rye-Rose House. And I'll do a medley because I grew up with a lot of Weird Al Yankovic records, and I like medleys. Is he here? Yeah, there you go. And so we'll do that, and I'll do another song I really love called Texas Traveler, which comes from an album called Altamont of black, non-religious, non-blues string band music from a guy at Fisk University named John Wood III. Texas traveling. We're gonna go Texas traveling. I'm going back to see the sound. I see? It's down the road, what do I see? Police and sheriff coming after me. Where you going, old Texas traveler? Where you gonna go, Texas traveler? Where you gonna go, Texas traveler? I'm going back to the city of sand. Do you think it does? Do you think I shine?
I mean, it's good. I hear people play these songs all the time, and I usually stop listening, but I'm here.
I think some of these people are stopping listening. No, just kidding. I don't know. I'm alive today, so that makes it a lot easier to be me and to the music that I'm playing. I listen to a lot of different types of music, so that contributes to it. And I just, it's my scope of it, you know, like last night we had a jam and people play these songs as they play them in jams. So they're like, have a different feel and a different vibe. Like we play it at jams and that's how it goes. Or people who like, I want to play exactly like the record and they play all the mistakes and everything that's in the record and they have that in there. I like to play old time music and talk about black people. And so I guess it sounds like that. I also listen to a lot of music that has improv and random crap in it. So I don't like to play it the same way twice. Also, I'm a little sloppy, so it doesn't end up sounding the same way twice anyway. And then I just shine because I use lotion, because if I don't, I'll be ashy. After the Jola people in West Africa who play basically clawhammer style on their kontings or whatever their instruments that they're playing, their gourd instrument. So with clawhammer, I'm very quickly, my hand is in this shape. I have a downstroke and I have an upstroke. And the very simple claw hammering rhythm is down, down. So I'm playing in that style, in that rhythm. People who play with picks tend to play bluegrass music, which involves finger picking, lots of rolls, which I don't play bluegrass. And then you have some people who do old time picking, which they might use a thumb pick or so. And you have people like Lucius Smith, who was a black banjo player from Mississippi. He played with a thumb pick. But he played in a style that's called up picking, which is like in between finger picking and claw hammer. So there are many different ways to play old time on the banjo. I'll do a song, I'll finger pick a song, I guess, and it'll be from a guy named Gus Cannon, who had a popular jug band, Gus Cannon and his Jug Stompers. And he's one of rare instances of commercial black banjo recording. And he was from Memphis, Tennessee, Game of Horseshoes. And he also, what was his biggest hit? Walk Right In. I don't know if I remember that hit from the 60s. Walk on, baby, let your mind roll on. He also made his last recordings on Stax Records, which I think is very interesting. Like right along Isaac Hayes and Otis Redding, there was an old man playing jug band banjo music. So I'll play you one of his songs. My Money Never Runs Out, or Jonestown Blues. Cece?
You pick.
Please, quickly.
I don't think I know this last one you mentioned.
Okay. Jonestown Blues. It's about wanting to go to a town, but the town is way too small, so you leave and go back to the big city, but then you get drunk and change your mind and go back to the small.
Because he had a girlfriend in that town.
He had a girlfriend. Well, I'm leaving old Memphis, going back to Jonestown. I'm leaving old Memphis, going back to Jonestown. 'Cause these Jonestown women, boy, make you turn your damper down. But old Jonestown is too small a bird for me. Jonestown, Jonestown, too small a bird for me. I'm gonna leave old Jonestown, go back to Tennessee. When I got back in Memphis, I put my banjo down. When I got back to Memphis, I put my banjo down. Got drunk on all that corn liquor in my gals of So I'm leaving old Memphis, I'm going back to Jonestown. I'm leaving old Memphis, going right back to Jonestown. 'Cause these Jonestown women boys know how to get down. Briggs banjo instructor. If you didn't know a black person, you had to learn from a book. And so there are a couple of these banjo instructors that still survive today, and this is one of them. And this one's called the Congo Prince. I'll play a song that comes from a guy named Charlie Patton, who was he's considered the father of Delta blues. He was a third black, third, I forget what kind of Native American, and a third white. Apparently he did a healthy amount of cocaine and drinking, and even if you were sitting right next to him, you could not understand what he was saying. He was very short. Apparently he was one of those people who like to get drunk and start a fight and then lose the fight. But he made some very long-lasting, endearing recordings. He didn't live in Dockery Farms, but he was like near Dockery Farms, I think.
He what?
He was like near, he was influential to a lot of blues people. And so
But he
played
played in a kind of string band before
he had a string band as well, which is the
before
thing
he
we
had
talk about
helped
with a lot of,
invent the Delta blues.
even Muddy Waters played in a string band, so on and so forth. I'll do one of his songs. Let's do Pony Blues. If you see my pony, saddle up my black man. If you see my pony, saddle up my black man. Gonna find me that rider, baby, in this world somewhere. I got a brand new Shetland, man already trained. I got a brand new Shetland, man, it's already trained. Better climb in that saddle, tighten up on the rein. And I took my baby to meet the morning train. Said I took my baby to meet Lord on the train. And the blues come down, baby, like showers of rain. And I got something to tell you, baby, when I get the chance. Something to tell you when I get the chance. When I don't wanna marry, just wanna be your man. Hello, Central, matter with your line. I said, hey, Central, matter low with your line. Well, a storm come last Monday, oh, that cable died. Charlie James, you know that one? You're gonna learn today. If you see Charlie James coming down the road, well, please don't tell him which way you see me go. In the morning soon, in the morning soon, I'm going back to Houston in the morning. Had a whole lot of money one day, next day I did not have one dime. Got in a whole lot of trouble one day, next day I did not know what to do. If you see Charlie James coming down the road, well, please don't tell him which way. I'll play a Joseph Spence song. Joseph Spence was recorded in the 50s and 60s, right? He wasn't recorded in the 40s. And he was from the Bahamas and invented his own style of guitar playing and singing, but I don't do the singing because just very gravelly. Like if you imagine like a bass, like the lowest voice in the band, it's like beneath that and more about rhythm than it is about the words. But yeah, he's had a style that like I've been wanting to imitate for a long time. And the second time I got COVID, it was like right before they switched from 10-day quarantine to 5 days. So I had 10 days to rewatch Tiger King, which was fucking weird, and the Michael Jordan documentary, which was cool. They owe Scottie Pippen money and so on. And then like really learn Joseph Spence stuff. So I played it a lot. So I'll play one of his songs. I'll try to play one I don't know very well. That'd be more exciting. So I'll do one called Brown Skin Gal, which is a very popular Calypso song. And it talks about like American soldiers who were in the West Indies who left a lot of women with babies. And so the song's called Brown Skin Girl, Stay Home and Mind Baby. I'll do Banjo Sam. That's a good one.
Hmm?
It comes from a guy named Wilmer Watt. He was from somewhere in North Carolina. I don't know where he was from. And it's just a nonsense song, but I do it as a medley because I like medleys a whole bunch. My dream one day is just to do a medley forever. Yeah, it's just a nonsense song. Banjo walk, banjo talk, banjo eats with knife and fork. Hello, banjo sing. My name's Banjo Sing. I don't play banjo. How about Mississippi Sawyer? Okay. Going down, catfish hole, catfish down my hole, banjo, hello, banjo sing. My name's Banjo Sing. Play banjo. How about grabbing the keypad just like